Hey, Crosspoint, it's Pastor Bryan. You know, people ask me all the time what my favorite verse is, and truthfully, I have a really hard time with that because there are so many verses that I just love and that I quote all the time. But there is one, as I've been thinking about it, that really stands out to me, simply because in my life, I've been through a lot of struggle, as many of you have. And there have been a lot of times in my life where I just wonder to myself, why am I going through this? And what's God trying to do here? And there's this passage in 2 Corinthians chapter 12 where the Apostle Paul is experiencing something that he calls a thorn in his side. Now, this was a phrase that was used at the time oftentimes to describe a situation or a hardship that a person's going through that is just causing them a lot of torment. And he actually uses that word. He actually says it's like this messenger from Satan that's been sent to torment me. And a lot of times, I think like Paul, we're left wondering, well, why am I going through this? And he says at that point, he goes, I pleaded 3 times with the Lord to take it away from me, and 3 times the Lord said this to me. This is found in 2 Corinthians 12:9. It says, the Lord said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. And I've often thought about that, like, man, every time that I go through something difficult, God is giving me an opportunity to access His power. I mean, my weakness and my humility is when God is strong. And so in the midst of that, every time that I go through something difficult now, my perspective has changed because I realize now that God is going to use it to make Himself strong and to make His presence known in my life. But it's also awesome because every time that I encounter someone, whether they're a Christian or a non-Christian, when they're going through a difficult time, I know that we have this universal longing as human beings for some sort of explanation or some sort of strength through it. And I know that it's during those difficult times and weakness in other people's lives too, where God can be making Himself most powerful, sometimes using me or others around me. And so it's funny because Paul in this passage moves to a place where he goes, now I boast in my weaknesses. I mean, if I'm going to get excited about something, I'm going to get excited about these times when I'm humble and I'm weak, because that's when I see God most strong. And I have students ask me all the time, dude, why do you have so many stories? You always tell stories about how God was so amazing in this time of hardship. And I say, you know what? It's simply because in my weakness, God's power is made perfect. And so my encouragement to you, Crosspoint, would be that in your times of weakness, in your times when you feel like you are the most hard-pressed and there's nothing you can do to push through, that's maybe the best place where you can be. That's when God is going to shine the most in your life. Give Him the chance, let His grace be sufficient for you, and let His power be perfect in your weakness. God bless.